I want to tell you something about my Bespoken program and how my life changed through this. Last autumn, I was in a very bad state of health, and even emotionally, I was completely down, mentally, no hope. And I contacted Beverly because she helped me already some years ago, and I knew I had to find the root for this. Beverly's profound knowledge about the latest science and amazing supplements, and her capability of working with the bioresonance machine is truly unique. So that's why I trusted and knew she has the power to support my journey. And now I am a new person, and I know it's still going on. I'm right now still in the program with her, and I knew I can reach much more, and I will. And that's why I'm so happy that I took the decision to take response for myself and find out what best is possible in my life.
On the 7th of October last year, my mum was diagnosed with sarcoma. It was a shock for everyone, for the whole family, for my mum. My mum was looked after by the Royal Marsden for a few months. We were told that her only chance, she only had a 25% chance of surviving, and that her only cure was to do chemotherapy. She did one session of chemotherapy, which almost killed her, on the 27th of December last year. On the 22nd of January this year, we were told that they couldn't do any more chemo, that they would try radiotherapy, but we would have to make my mum stronger. So we focused on that. However, we couldn't get. She wasn't strong enough to do radiotherapy, and my mum decided against it. On the 22nd of January this year, we were told that my mum had 6 months to live if there were no complications. And that was obviously a big shock for everyone. The Royal Marsden discharged my mum from hospital and their care, because there was nothing else that they could do for my mum, and referred her to St. Christopher's Hospice. Then we met Bev, and she changed our lives. She changed my mum's life. She changed the way my mum thinks. It's been really challenging. During this bespoke program, we've been doing this since late April, and during these few months, the last few months, my mum is the strongest my mum's been since September last year, because she was pretty sick. She can walk, she can have showers, she can eat, she can laugh, she can have a conversation with us. She's here today. So thanks to Bev, thanks to all of her passion, commitment to us, to my mum, to making my mum stronger. It hasn't been easy. It's been really challenging. We've learned a lot, especially my mum. It's been quite a journey, but it's been a good one for the last few months, because I don't think my mum would be here if it wasn't for Bev and all the support that she's given us over the last few months. And for that, we are very grateful, and can't put a price on that at all. So thank you, Bev, for everything that you've done for my mum and keeping my mum on planet Earth.
So I feel very lucky, because a friend of mine introduced me to Beverly Rimmer. And at the time, I had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and I just was quite shocked in the moment because I was leading really, I felt, a healthy life with eating really well. But something obviously was wrong. And so then I met Beverly, and I felt right away in good hands. She explained to me that, you know, that it was not just what I was eating, but of course how I was feeling and how I was thinking about things. And she ran kind of a test in this amazing biofeedback machine with my hair. And she tested, and she was able to go all the way back 20 years, and where she would really see that I had had some teeth kind of issues, and had really quite a lot of mercury inside and heavy metals really inside my body. And which was true. I mean, I knew that I had heavy metals in there. I had battled with many years with eczema and candida and things like that. Anyway, it kind of all led in a way with a mixture, of course, of cocktail, which she explained, you know, of thinking in not a very conducive way. And so she, you know, she kind of ran with me then a program first for 3 months, but then we extended it because it was so good, and I really felt I wanted now, because after 3 months, all the toxic cells, all the cancerous cells were dead, but they were still kind of in the body, so we needed to get rid of those. And so we did that, and it was wonderful because every week we would have a Zoom call every week or every fortnight, depending. And she would kind of really assist me, even at a distance. You know, I live in Sicily, and she is in Gozo, Malta. So I felt really in good hands, though it was at a distance. And you know, she never stopped amazed to amaze me in her ability, you know, to guide me, you know, with such a kind of a, you know, delicate issue. And you know, and whenever I had some pains or aches or whatever, I would text her, and she would be straight back on the WhatsApp, you know, answering me with helpful messages and advice how, you know, how to deal with the pain that I had. For example, suddenly I would have like a breast pain, and I would get, of course, concerned. But she would immediately say brush, or, you know, she would give really very hands-on tools. I mean, this is a journey that you embark if you really want to take your health, you know, in your hands and be empowered. And this brings us to the next point, that actually, first of all, I was completely cleared of the cancer, and it never has come back, so that's that. But the next thing I wanted to say was this QWA, you know, which I think this was a very good, excellent thing she could really offer to the public, Beverly. And I'm so grateful, because there all the teaching comes in on how to really look after myself, you know, how to, on a daily basis, you know, do a daily practice, so I don't run all the way to get to that place where I was years ago. You know, this was so fantastic to have this guidance of her, and then these weekly meetings, you know, so that you never fall back, because it's easy, you know, and your life goes on and you're busy and all that. And often with that kind of picture I had of having the cancer, you know, one tends to look after other people more than oneself. And so I find that that is really what reminds me all the time, by having these meetings I attend, you know, once on Zoom, once a week, to really look after myself. And then what I love is this biofeedback machine that I know Beverly, you know, she wants us to kind of be always on that great kind of level of health, so that if in case anything happens, you know, she can just put us on the machine, and the machine finds our signal. but you know, that again for me has been a plus in really knowing that I've got 30 hours on this machine every week on a collective with other people, and I actually feel it, you know, that when it comes down to that day, I really feel kind of more positive, more energized. So it's been overall fantastic, and also, you know, to have really her professional. She is such an amazing being of knowledge, of you know, really huge knowledge and intuition as well. It's the two together, and because you know, it's not just the knowledge. If you do something as well at a distance, you need to also have a certain good intuition, and that she has as well. So it works kind of hands in hands, and she's definitely a professional in what she's doing, and I'm so happy to have really met her and to be on the journey with her and to learn from her really on a weekly basis. And she has now assisted as well my husband, who is not well, and I can see how, you know, when I'm concerned and I text her, how she's really immediately back with me. When you're on a bespoke program, that is absolutely possible and great. So I can only highly recommend to do this program with her. You won't be disappointed. Actually, you will be empowered. Have a lovely day.